Hello, I'm Dominic Walker, JMW's Inside Man. My guest is Rachel Jones. Rachel is a paralegal within JMW's cycling litigation team. So there's been a lot in the press, Rachel, recently about what are called pedicabs. Boris Johnson seems to like the idea of pedicabs, and I know that there's potentially a bill going through Parliament at the moment, but I'm not quite clear what a pedicab is. So can I just start off by asking you what is a pedicab, and and are they regulated like taxis?
Yes, yeah, hi. So these vehicles are sometimes otherwise called a cycle rickshaw, which is a phrase I think some people might be a bit more familiar with. It might remind you of Adventures Abroad. They're a small pedal-operated vehicle, and in the case of pedicabs, they usually carry a trailer at the back so as to carry one or more passengers, such as a taxi service would do. So in terms of licensing, the short answer is no, they're not currently licensed like other taxis, but the situation is different depending on where you look. So for example, at the moment, pedicabs can legally operate in London under a particular category called stage carriages. But this most notably means that there are currently no licensing provisions in regards to London pedicabs. And this bill actually looks to legislate and regulate pedicabs in London, placing emphasis particularly on safety for women and girls, regulating the fares charged, and even just the general appearance of pedicabs. But here in Manchester, if we're looking at that instead, things are slightly different. As I say, the Manchester City Council website currently states that they do not license pedicabs in Manchester because they do not meet the minimum standards that they have set for things such as accessibility, health and safety, and driver training. So in order for us to sort of see them on the road here, those three things would need to be addressed.
And just sort of crystal ball looking for a minute to the future, if the bill all goes through and becomes an act, and let's say hypothetically nationally these pedicabs are rolled out, presumably it'll be a nice environmentally friendly way of travel.
Absolutely, yeah. So traditionally, a pedicab is powered by push bike, meaning no emissions are produced by these vehicles. Particularly of note here in Manchester is that the Greater Manchester's Clean Air Zone is set to be introduced. This zero emission option of public transport should be taken really seriously in the future of taxi services.
And I know that the Metropolitan Police in London have warned people about pedicabs. What sort of things do you think that the potential riders, potential passengers need to be aware of?
Yes, so the warning issued by Met Police advised that if using a pedicab in London, at the moment, there will be no record of the journey or the driver. And it therefore, unfortunately, means that passengers could be put at risk. And I think that this goes back to the importance of the Pedicab London bill being given parliamentary time, as was suggested by the PM last week, and eventually being implemented, and hopefully paving the way for more cities to implement similar and their own regulation.
Rachel, thank you so much for your insight. And I think this is probably a start of a conversation between you and I about pedicabs as things progress over months and years to come. And it goes without saying that Rachel and the cycling litigation team can help with any cycling related injuries as well. If you'd like to contact the cycling litigation team, you can email insideman@jmw.co.uk or call 0161 82 81 999. I'm Dominic Walker, JMW's Inside Man.